Okay, so just a couple of them. It's only 12 verses long, but the one that I really like, where was it? Oh, here it is. Okay, so it starts in 5. Your unfailing love, O Lord, is as vast as the heavens. Your faithfulness reaches beyond the clouds. Your righteousness is like the mighty mountains. Your justice is like the ocean depths. You care for people and animals alike, O Lord. How precious is your unfailing love, O God. All humanity finds shelter in the shadow of your wings. You feed them from the abundance of your own house, letting them drink from your river of delights. For you are the fountain of life, the light by which we see. That's the happy part. So it only. Did you see that? Totally just. I had my phone like anchored and just. Anyways. So the only verse. Okay, so it says it's reading from that entire chapter, but it focuses on Psalms 36:5. Your love, O Lord, reaches to the heavens, your faithfulness to the skies. So another book about C.S. Lewis. Well, C.S. Lewis wrote this book. In his masterpiece, it's called Mere Christianity. He wrote it perceptibly about pride. As long as you're proud, you cannot know God. A proud man is always looking down on things. That is true. That is so true. Like, you're trying to be humble. That's what it mentions in that book. One thing that stuck out to me. Like when you're in church and you're like sitting there, like watching other people and not really focusing on who you need to be focusing on. You're sitting there like comparing yourself to everyone else in the congregation. Looking around and being like, oh, at least I don't have that problem. Oh, thank God. Oh, I'm not like them. I'm so much better than them. Nah, you're not. You're not. And that's pride. That's pride coming in right there. Everyone is equal. In saying that, that's why I like to sit at the front. It does not matter like what it is. If I'm in church, if I'm in a class at school, if I'm in a workout, I don't know, I like doing kickboxing. I seat myself at the front. So that way I don't get distracted by the people in front of me, because there is no one else to focus on except for God. He's right there. And anyways, that's just my opinion. A proud man is always looking down on things and people, and of course, as long as you are looking down, you cannot see something that is above you. In a similar way, the wicked have a skewed view of themselves and of God. The Psalms often paint a contrasting portrait of the righteous and the wicked. The main difference is not that the one is sinless and the other is sinful. In fact, the righteousness God openly confess their sin to God. Righteous. Rather, the main distinction between the two is that the righteous fear God and recognize their dependence upon Him. The wicked do not. Psalms 36 focuses on the contrast between the wicked and God. Because the wicked do not fear God, they always look to themselves as the most important reality in the universe. This leads them to flatter and deceive themselves. The willful act's self-deception results in failure to act wisely or to do good. Instead, they become busy plotting and scheming against others. That is not nice. Okay, let's continue. In contrast, the Lord's attributes of love, faithfulness, righteousness, and justice are celebrated. They are as important as the impressive as the heavens, the skies, the highest mountains, and the great deep. Opposite to plotting the destruction of others, the Lord preserves both people and animals. The Lord provides food, shelter, and protection to all who take refuge in Him. The proper response to the Lord's remarkable care and provision is one of humility, gratitude, and trust. The proper response to the Lord's remarkable care and provision is one of humility, gratitude, and trust. This sense of dependence on God is beautifully stated in verse 9. For with you is the fountain of life, and your light we see a light. So this really got me, actually. This is why I wanted to read this with you guys tonight, because this question: does it bother you when you see the wicked prosper and the righteous suffer? It's interesting. I think about that. Like, why do some people? I think I've touched on this before, but why do some people that take really good care of their health and they exercise and they eat well, and then they like just die, like a random heart attack? They just die. Why? They were not bad people. And then on the other side of the spectrum, which, not that anybody's bad, but it's just not fair how, like, there's other people who can drink every day for, 40 years or 50 years, or they smoke all the time, but they live to be like 98 years old. How is that? How is that justice? How is that fair? I do not know. I'm still trying to figure that out. Psalm 36 encourages us to focus instead on the greatness of God. How does that refocus your heart? And the little prayer is: thank you for answered prayers which bolster our faith and give us strength and courage for the future. We give you the concerns of our hearts today, knowing that you will hear and you can act. And then one little thing. So I was watching on the news this morning, and I've been thinking about it for a while. You know how, like, in the Bible it states that Noah's Ark is like in Mount Ararat in Turkey? On the news this morning, it was crazy. It was this guy, ironically, well, he's from the U.S., and ironically, he's from California. He, like, mapped out how big the actual ark is, like, Bible times. And so anyways, obviously, he told everybody about it. So now they have all these people that are like going to see it, and it's like, it's raised, like it's crazy. It looks like a boat, like boat shape, and there's 3 layers into it, because obviously people have been digging for it now. So if you guys get a chance, check that out, because it's really cool. Other than that, guys, I know I talked to Light a lot today, but let's get some good sleep tonight, and we shall reconvene tomorrow. I love you.